We will review the procedures for solving linear equations and provide examples. These guidelines are not hard and fast rules, but are simply suggestions for how to solve linear equations. First, clear any fractions or decimals by multiplying by an appropriate constant on both sides of the equation. Next, simplify both sides of the equation by clearing parentheses and collecting like terms on each side. Then, collect all variable terms on one side of the equation by adding or subtracting the appropriate quantities on both sides. Collect all constant terms on the other side of the equation, again by adding or subtracting appropriately. Finally, solve for the variable by using the multiplication property of equality. And remember, you should always check all possible solutions in the original equation. Let's solve 5 plus 3x equal 17. There are no fractions, decimals, or parentheses. We subtract 5 from both sides. Then, using the definition of subtraction, the associative property, and the community property of addition, we can arrange the terms on the left-hand side to get that 3x equals 12. Then we can multiply on both sides by 1/3, and 3 over 3 times x equals 12/3, so x equals 4. In this example, we have shown every tiny step for emphasis, but a formal solution could look as simple as the given equation 5 plus 3x equals 17. After subtracting 5 from both sides, we get that 3x equals 12. Then multiplication by 1/3 on both sides yields that x equals 4. This solution also shows every step with the understanding that the simple arithmetic is computed mentally. If it's apparent how one step follows directly from the previous step, then sufficient work has been shown. Now let's solve 2/3 x minus 7 equal 1. We could add 7 to both sides, producing 2/3 x equals 8. Then multiplication by 3/2 on both sides yields that 6 over 6 times x equals 25/2, which simplifies to x equals 12. Let's complicate the problems with more fractions. Let's solve the equation 2/3 x minus 1/6 equals 2x. This time, I might want to multiply by the least common denominator on both sides to clear out the fractions. The least common denominator of all the fractions involved in the problem is 6, so 6 is what we multiply on both sides. We have to distribute the 6 on the left-hand side. Therefore, 4x minus 1 equals 12x. Notice that the fractions have been eliminated as desired. Now, to collect our x terms on one side, we subtract 4x from both sides, and thus -1 equals 8. Dividing both sides by 8 and using the symmetry property of equality produces that x equals -1/8. For one final example, let's solve 2/5 times the quantity 3x plus 2 equals 8. Again, we might wish to clear the fractions, so we can multiply on both sides by 5/2. Notice on the left-hand side we have 3 quantities multiplied together. Using the associative law of multiplication, we're going to multiply 5/2 by 2/5 to get 1. This leaves 3x plus 2 equals 20. Subtracting 2 yields that 3x is 18, so x equals 6.